Sleep is awesome. It's been described as the best legal performance-enhancing drug ever. During the last century, we've actually reduced our average sleep time by about 20%. Poor sleep has reached epidemic proportions. We live in this 24/7, 365 world that is always connected and never goes to sleep. We now know that there are so many aspects of our health that are negatively impacted by not getting enough good quality sleep. Take weight loss, for instance. If we're getting insufficient sleep, up to 70% of any weight we lose will be from lean muscle mass rather than fat. Not only do our bodies tend to cling on to our fat stores when we're sleep deprived, but poor sleep messes with our appetite hormones. It's the reason you're always ravenous after a late night. We've evolved over millions of years, and yet the need for high-quality sleep has been a constant. So if sleep doesn't serve some incredibly important functions, then evolution has made a big mistake.
I would sleep at 10, wake up at 12 or 1 a.m., and then stay up for another 3 hours, and then sleep again for like 2 hours. I keep continuously thinking about my assignments, submission, meeting deadlines.
I normally do like a set of early shifts, late shifts and night shifts. It mixes it up, so you're constantly changing your sleep pattern throughout the week.
The amount of sleep I have each night, I'd say, was approximately around about 5 to 6 hours. It's a really unproductive time where I could be doing things. I hate going to bed if there's still things that I want to do.
Get into a routine of watching YouTube every night and drifting off tends to be the hardest part of it for me.
Before we look into why these things are happening, we first need to understand what goes on when we get some shut-eye. Throughout the night, our brainwave activity fluctuates in cycles of around 90 minutes as we drift in and out of two phases of sleep. These are REM, or rapid eye movement sleep, and non-REM sleep. During non-REM, or deep sleep, our brain activity is fairly quiet. Our brains emit deep, slow brain waves. This is the time when the levels of our stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, fall to their lowest levels in 24 hours. This is really important for cardiovascular and metabolic health. It's like a whole system reboot that allows our body to release that great healer, growth hormone. This incredible molecule oversees the restoration and repair of damaged cells and tissues, helps us build muscles, strengthens bones, and burns fat. Yep, you heard that right. We actually burn fat while we're sleeping. The second critical function of non-REM sleep is in cementing memory. So when it comes to learning, a good night's sleep is a bit like pressing the save button in our brains, ensuring that key facts and memories get remembered rather than lost forever. As the night goes on, our brain spends more and more time in REM sleep, and we see our brain's electrical activity increase. This is the time when dreams happen, and our brains are able to generate novel insights and spark creativity. By the morning, you should have had a healthy dose of both non-REM and REM sleep, and wake feeling rested and refreshed. Great sleep really does make us a healthier, more energetic version of ourselves.
I would say in the morning, I'm probably not as a talkative person. I keep myself to myself just whilst I'm, I suppose, waking my body up and getting ready for the day. I don't feel as focused or as sharp as I would if I had a longer night's sleep, for example.
It's interesting when Aidan mentioned that to him, sleep has never been a priority. On an average, need about 6 to 8 hours of sleep. And if we don't sleep that much, then it's bound to have some consequences. Inability to concentrate, memory, cognition. Like short-term consequences, there are long-term consequences of sleep deprivation. Chance of having hypertension, diabetes, increase in the chance of having a heart attack, mental health conditions like depression and anxiety.
when I wake up, I might be all right the first 2 hours, but then it hits me. It's just one thing that is causing a lot of things, whether appetite, whether mood, whether energy. So it does affect me in a negative way.
What Sasha is describing is not that uncommon. The primary problem is her level of anxiety and stress, and that's driving her problems for sleep and then its consequences. Things like anxiety or the stress and the lack of sleep drives each other. If you're anxious and you're stressed and you're not able to sleep, the next night you're worried that you won't be able to sleep, and that again stops you from falling asleep. So then that cycle just carries on.
If I've had a lack of sleep, I will pick up these little colds that are going around, and it's hard to shake them off.
Ellen's problems are quite typical of shift workers. If somebody is doing a rotating shift work, quite randomly, say, that's got of a more impact on the quality of sleep, because your body clock never gets the opportunity to get used to it. And there are evidence that immune system is affected by sleep deprivation.
I'm watching telly at night, or I'm on my phone and just keeping my brain active and not trying to switch off. I think that every year for the past 6 years I've sort of come out with a season-ending injury.
Callan's story is actually quite typical of this day and age. Exposure to blue light suppresses certain chemicals like melatonin, which is essential for your sleep. So the quality of sleep that he's going to end up having is unlikely to be great. So sleep deprivation does increase your chance of having more injuries, because if you are not able to focus, concentrate, then it increases your chance of being involved in accidents. It also increases risk-taking behavior if you are chronically sleep deprived.
What can we do to increase our chances of getting a peaceful night's rest? It all starts with our inbuilt body clock, which drives our circadian rhythm. So get physical. As little as 20 to 30 minutes of exercise each day will improve sleep. But don't exercise 2 to 3 hours before bed, or you might be too wired to sleep. Avoid caffeine. Caffeine is a stimulant that can take up to 12 hours to clear from the bloodstream, so avoid coffee, tea, and energy drinks after late morning. Listen to your body. When you feel tired, go to sleep. Don't sit up and fight the drowsiness just so you can watch another episode of your favourite TV series. Exposure to blue light in the evening will prevent you producing melatonin and stop you feeling sleepy and ready for bed. So at night time, make sure you switch off all screens at least 2 hours before bedtime. You can use blue light blocking software on smartphones and laptops, or you can even rock a pair of blue light blocking glasses. Ditch the alcohol. Although for some, it may help you fall asleep more quickly, it raises the levels of our stress hormone cortisol, and that disrupts sleep quality. Be cool. One evolutionary signal that it's time for bed is a drop in core body temperature. So try to keep your bedroom a little bit cooler than the rest of the house. 16 to 18 degrees Celsius is just right to help maintain deep sleep throughout the night. Having a hot bath or shower before bed will help to lower your core body temperature. It may sound counterintuitive, but it causes the blood vessels in the skin to open up, which takes heat away from our body's core and cools us down. Our number one tip for getting a good night's sleep is to stick to a routine. So go to bed and get up at the same time every day and stick to it, even at weekends. Your body will thank you for it. The good news is that it works both ways. If you improve your sleep, you will improve your diet, your fitness, and your immune system. So value your sleep as much as you do your fitness and nutrition. Sleep really is the best health insurance policy not on the market. Now go and get some.